It's me, your girlfriend slash boyfriend slash day friend's favorite content creator. And very briefly, I want to talk to you guys about research. So, when I am looking for a new game to play or just news on a game that I'm really interested in, I, go online like everyone's not look things up. But I make sure the places I go to are reliable. So if I get information from, say, like an indie website or a smaller website, like I don't know, like Tech Raptor or whatever, I'll usually confirm that information by going to one of the bigger publications, right? Because typically bigger publications have more resources. So they might even know even more information. Or also, the article I'm looking at 9 out of 10 times will be referencing another website that actually like did the information. So I have like multiple ways to check that things valid, like most people would do. Except for those who always claim that the mainstream gaming journalism is an evil, shadowy cabal, and they're just out to ruin your games. I bring this up because very recently, as in the last 24 hours, all those people who rally against the game industry media, the big ones, right? The ones who were talking about how they are actually the ones you should go to for information, spread some bullshit. Like the most obvious fake account of all time, and they did zero research. This account that has like 500-ish followers goes by the name of Kenji Yamamoto, and well, I'm going to show you the account, and you'll see where I'm getting at here. So this account is claiming that they are actually a Japanese person who has a master's degree in Asian studies, specifically in the Sengoku period, and because of that, they are an authority, and they can tell you that Yasuke was in fact not a samurai. And on paper, this looks fake as shit. Like, I did a precursory glance by going to University of Tokyo, by typing the person's name, by typing in, their degree and all that stuff. I don't even think they even have that particular major at that school, but you find nothing on that person. What you do find from Kenji Yamamoto is a composer for Dragon Ball Z. There's also a couple other ones from LinkedIn who are like in their like 30s, but nothing to do with Asian studies. So that was like pretty obvious to me, like not trustworthy. But if you continue looking up his account, which other people did thanks to the Wayback Machine, you'll see it's ran by a dude named Garrett Barnes. And Mr. Barnes posts exclusively in English, which is, weird considering that you are a Japanese person. I think you'd primarily post in your native language. Also has posts talking about how President Joe Biden is his president and how he doesn't like that, which again, a person from Japan probably would refer to the president of the United States as their own president, considering that Japan has its own president. But to really top it off, if you look at their post, the post that they made, it's weird that they joined in 2022, supposedly, and yet they only have like 1 or 2 posts from that year, and then another post from like 2023, and the vast majority of their posts have come in the last like 2 months. That's a red flag. Again, you go back to the Wayback Machine, you'll see that it was a different account. Now, did any of those big names on the grifter side look into that? Do any research before spreading information? Mind you, these are the same exact accounts that are talking about how IGN was doing a hit piece on Black Myth Wukong for reporting the working conditions of said studio in November of 2023. They just caught wind of it this week, May 2024. Yeah, it's me, editor me. I really want to talk about this actually because I don't want this to be kind of a blink and you miss it, but the whole controversy about the Black Myth Wukong article from IGN from 2023 is that they're saying, the idiots are saying that IGN purposely mistranslated what the text said. And they're saying that because an Asmongold video said that they did that. said, oh, they did it on purpose. They misinterpreted it. Mind you, that video that Asmongold posted, whether it's him or his editor, is using like Chat GPT and Google Translate. Whereas the actual article, if you read it, which I know a lot of those guys did not, says they reached out to women in the gaming industry from China. So I would rather trust someone who did the research and reached out to the people who are working there than a random person in America using Chat GPT. Just saying. But this also goes into what the whole video is about. These people don't do a lick of the work that the actual reporters and journalists do, yet they think they can sit here and criticize when they themselves are relying on unreliable, unverified people. Again, Asmongold editor using Chat GPT to translate something and then has the audacity to talk about how, well, you know, this could be translated a different way and yada, yada, yada. It means nothing to me when there are actual people who are reaching out to those in the industry. IGN has already posted another article about Wukong talking about how it's a great game so far, but whatever. Did they vet the information before they ran with it? We're not gonna do a long pause. No, they didn't. Because why would they? The truth doesn't matter to these people. What matters is pushing an agenda. The ones who claim to be anti-agenda and saying, actually, you guys have a DEI, ESG agenda that you want to push and ruin games, are the ones with the actual agenda. Because they've already decided to hate Yasuke and Assassin's Creed Shadows, because let's be completely real, these are racist people. They are racist. They will take any information and run with it. Oh, look at this. They blocked a historian, a Japanese historian. Oh, Assassin's Creed, they're evil. First off, they didn't even verify if that was the account that was actually blocked. You know how easy it is to go on Twitter, find a picture or something and be like, oh, yep, that happened to me. Like, people repost it all the time. So that's number one. And number two, right? The account itself has like 6 posts with less than 500 followers, or like less than 600 followers. And they're tweeting about how, oh my God, I can't believe Assassin's Creed would go to an associate professor in this topic instead of me, a person who, by my own admission, just have a master's degree in it. Not a professor, not anyone published, not anyone out, which I even called him out on. Just some guy. And he's so obsessed with the woman that they chose, but it's such an obvious thing that this is not a Japanese man. Yet they don't do any sort of research, because again, they already told you that they hate this guy. They already hate Assassin's Creed because it's too woke and there's no Japanese men there. But oh, the Japanese men there are being murdered by this black guy. How do you guys support that? And it's such an obvious grift. These people only care about pushing racism. That's it. They'll try to dress it up as anything else, but it is truly, purely racism. To see a black person in something, it's something DEI and woke. If a game does bad, they will hunt for the minority in that group of either writers or producers or directors or whatever. Back seat. That's why it did that. If someone changes the character model, it's because the evil wokies came through and forced them. Oh, real quick, the Black Myth Wukong store they're running with was that Sweet Baby Inc. was extorting Game Science, the company behind Black Myth Wukong, for $7 million. Yes, a consultant company was extorting Game Science, a Chinese company, and you know, they were going to be like, hey, pay us $7 million or we're going to have our friends in the game industry slander you. The same game industry that is talking about literally how great their game is. And they're taking us like, well, you see, they couldn't get their way, so now they're doing this and that. These people are insane. They're insane. They're not worth it to you guys. I do this so you don't have to. So you don't have to look it up. I'm in the trenches, okay? I'm probably insane too. But my God, These people need help. It's video games. I love video games, but it is not my entire life. These people, it's like a war that they are making up and perpetuating, mind you, but it's a war to them, to the point where if anything can be used to go against their enemies, they'll use it. I'm not even sure if that account, the Kenji account, will still be up by the time I posted this video. All right, but it's, go look it up. Go look at it, and you tell me. You tell me if you would have fell for that. And now, mind you, these are the people telling people that don't trust IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, any of those news websites because they're liars and they're in the pocket of big game industry. Meanwhile, a non-verified source tells them one thing and they run with it. Just full sprint.